Welcome to another episode of Rocklaz Radio. In today's conversation, we have Jaime Diaz from Spain. He's an adrenaline junkie, adventure enthusiast, 3D artist, architect, and a musician. This episode includes visuals in the second segment. Listeners' discretion advised, as you could hear words that rhyme with duck. Enjoy the episode.
Hi, you are listening to Rocklaz Radio.
A podcast discussing inspiring personalities and interesting things. This is your host, Tanmay Shah.
Tanmay is an India-based NFT artist and an entrepreneur with diverse business experience.
This podcast is self-sponsored.
The best way to support this show is to buy his art, NFTs. You can also become his patron. Kindly share this episode on socials and with your friends.
Thank you very much, Sammy. Thanks for the time you spend on promoting people, and that's really awesome. I'm really grateful you counted with me. So yeah. I'm a 3D artist. I'm from Spain, Madrid, and I discovered 3D modeling and rendering when I was studying architecture. When I finished my studies, I already was working as a freelance 3D artist for architectural visualization industry, and it took some time to get clients and make a good income to live from what I really love to do. That's making 3D images. So, but finally I did it. So now I've been already for 10 years freelancing as a 3D artist, and yeah, I really love making what I do. But still, I work for people, so I have to do as they tell, and yeah. So when like you always the client always has the right words, so. Okay, so I started making my own 3D artworks like 6 years ago when I had a good 3D level, Also, when I started 3D modeling and rendering, the technology was quite archaic, like very old, and it didn't work the way it works today, because those days, like, it was really difficult to get a good rendering and a fast render, and it was really a pain in the ass, So I started making my own artworks like 6 years ago, more or less, with no creative limits and so on. And yeah, so I love making like these crazy environments, abstract animations, storytelling images. The limit is your imagination. Also, I'm a adrenaline junkie. On the other side, I love climbing, I love snowboarding, skydiving, base jumping, paragliding, anything that involves mounting, flying, and climbing, and whatever is welcome in my life. So yeah, and
That is
also I had like a big push to my personal artworks 5 years ago when I have a big accident climbing. I broke my leg while I was ice climbing in Norway, and yeah, there's a video of it. you can search for it. After this accident, I could not climb anymore for 6 months, so I decided to use all my extra time, like my free time, to make my 3D artworks, and I really pushed up a lot my knowledge, and I learned a lot in this time. So yeah, I'm also a photographer. I'm a bass player of a metal band called Hell's Fire. And yeah, so for me, NFTs is the way to stop freelancing and just make my own art with no deadlines, no conditions. So I hope one day I can make a life out of NFTs. So yeah, that's more or less me.
absolutely. Oh man, so much diversity. You're an architect, you are an adrenaline junkie, 3D art, also into music and photography. How do you manage to do all this?
Well, I'm not really sure how I get the time to do all of this, but yeah, if you push your time, I mean, we always say like, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that, but you have it. You just have to want to do it.
There was another person who I heard this from. He's a good friend, another NFT artist, and he's also into many, many things. What he said was, I get time because I'm not married.
That's a good thing. Yeah, and also don't have kids. That's a good a good advice to have time. So yeah, I don't have child. I have a girlfriend, but yeah, it doesn't take much time, and she loves me making all these things. So
Does she go along for the skydiving and base jumping along with you?
well, she wants to skydive, like in a tandem, not by herself. But yeah, but she loves me that I do this, and she really supports me. And it's like, yeah, you can go with your friends to Italy and base jump, whatever. Like she's very supportive in this way.
So how did you get into skydiving? Because that was what caught my attention when I was hearing from you on the spaces. This guy is into so many things, and paragliding and base jumping is in my bucket list. I'm just waiting to see when that can happen. So how did you get into it?
Okay. Well, at first, I was one day, like maybe 10 years ago, I was climbing a big mountain in Spain, and I heard something in the sky like, and I looked up, and it was a crazy guy jumping with a parachute from above me, and it was like, what the fuck? I want to do this. So I started tweaking and asking people, because I already knew a few people that were making base jump. So I asked them, because I wasn't really into a skydive. Like, I wanted to try it, but it was not like a priority on my life. But when I started asking all these people, they told me that I had to jump a lot from a plane to start to make like base jumping a bit safer, you know. So I got some money and went to the skydiving school and said, okay, I want to be a skydiver. So yeah, I started maybe 7 years ago, I think, more or less. Uh, and it was, it's really expensive. It's really slow, because you have to make like 100 jumps, more or less, is what they recommend for start base jumping. And and yeah, so it took me maybe 3 or 4 years to start base jumping, because it was very expensive. Also, I had to travel maybe like 2 hours drive from home to go to the skydive school. So it was very time consuming and a lot of money. So it took me some time, but yeah, finally I did my 100 jumps. And then the next step was jumping from a hot air balloon. Like,
Wow.
yeah, that's beautiful, and it's very safe, because you are jumping from a static object. Okay, because when you jump from a plane, the plane
It's moving.
is moving, so you have the speed of the plane, and you use the wind to jump and to stabilize. But from static jump is quite different, so it's better to train from a hot air balloon, because there's no walls. You get high enough, like 1,000 meters from the ground, so it's pretty safe, you know.
It
And
must
then yeah,
be difficult, right? Because when you're jumping from the mountain, you have the wind that is hitting the mountain and coming up for the support,
yeah,
right?
yeah. For base jumping, it's very important, like zero wind condition or very low wind, because if not, it's not safe to jump, so yeah, that's sometimes you go up to the mountain, you climb up, and then you can't jump, so you have to go down again by walk. But yeah, I mean, it's better to stay safe. It's better to stay at home wanting to jump than jumping and wanting to be home. You know what I mean?
So why walk down? You can paraglide, right? If you cannot base jump, at least you can paraglide.
Yeah, but you have to carry the paraglide. It's not the same equipment. It's
Okay,
another thing. Yeah, if there's wind, paraglide is perfect. But it's another
equipment.
like yeah, it's another equipment. So you have to when you go to the mountain, you take one equipment. Like I'm going to paraglide, or I'm going to base jump, or whatever. You know, you have to decide before.
So you are saying 2 hours is far away. For me to come and try that, I'll have to come to Spain. I'll have to take a flight and come to Spain to try that.
Yeah,
So
it would be awesome. I
two.
have a friend that makes tandem paraglide because he has he's a teacher also, so he could take you. But maybe in Madrid there's not these beautiful mountains, and in most parts of Madrid is forbidden to fly. I don't know why. Like you can practice flying sports in the mountains, but yeah, we have a few spots near we can fly, and yeah, so you
You
should
should
you should
also
try.
plan to come to India because in Himalayas there are a lot of paragliding spaces in
I
Dharamshala.
went to India a long time ago, and in fact, I paraglide. Like I wasn't a paraglider when I went, so I did a tandem. Uh, it was near Le, well, not near Le, in the south, like the
Dharamshala,
the road that connects Le with the south, like very mountain, like
Manali.
it's Manali. That's it. Yeah, I paraglide near Manali. It's a beautiful place. I really loved it. So yeah, I went to India, but I mean, India is so big. I have to go a few times more because it's almost a continent.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is like Europe. It
Yeah,
is not only by area but by language, by culture,
yeah.
by everything, by all means. That's why they call it a subcontinent. So I was planning to do paragliding, take a course and get a license before COVID, but now it has postponed. It's still in the future, but I'm looking forward to it.
But
So
you can. Are you still confined with the COVID?
sorry,
Are you confined or locked down with the COVID or?
not now, but when I
Oh,
was planning, that time it was a lockdown.
oh, okay, okay.
2 years
So
ago, yeah.
yeah, you should try it because it's beautiful. I mean, it's not that much of adrenaline, but it's really, really peaceful and beautiful to fly over the mountains.
It must be so quiet and feeling like the birds. Like,
Yeah, in
have
fact,
you?
you fly with the birds. Like I don't know, like it's not eagles, but there are same kind of birds, like very big, and they eat dead animals. I don't know the word in English. Like well,
Vultures.
yeah, vultures, and they fly in circles. People think that they fly in circles because they are looking for something on the ground, but in fact, they are flying in circles because there are some thermal air like pushes them up, and you fly in circles with them with a paraglide. It's really
Yes.
beautiful.
So I was seeing a documentary in which they were showing biomimicry, what we have learned from insects and animals and birds, and what we can do that in our life. So vulture was an example for paragliding. So just as you mentioned, it was an example of how people have learned to paraglide and how, in spite of them not having perfect, what do you say, body to flap wings and fly, they make use of gliding and using the thermals. So that's
Yeah.
very cool. So what is in your bucket list next? About what what do you want to do next in the sky sports?
Well, I'm a pretty beginner of base jumping. I want to fly with the wings. I still don't fly with the wings.
Fly with the
So that's
wings?
with a wingsuit,
Uh-huh.
wingsuit. These guys that has
Yes.
like with the wings.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
like base jumping, you can do it with many suits or without suit, and like the wingsuit is the last step of all the base jumping.
I thought that was the first step. I thought base
No,
jumping
no,
cannot
no.
happen without this the suit.
No, 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 at all. I mean, base jumping, you start with like this, with any clothes, because it's the safest way to jump. You know, to fly the wings in the plane, you have to have at least 200 jumps, and then
Oh
you
my
make a
god.
curse. Yeah, and then you have to fly a lot the wings from the plane to start jumping from the mountains, because it's really dangerous, because your arms are attached. You cannot take the hands up, so you're very limited in your movements. And if you jump a little bit wrong, you can get killed really easily. So the wingsuit is like the last step of all. Like so yeah, I wish I soon
So
enough I can make it.
that's a long list. 100 skydives to learn base jumping and 200 base jumps to be in the suit.
Yeah, that's it. But there are also some smaller suits that let you fly. You go forward quite a lot, but you don't fly as much as with the wings. But yeah, you can get a lot of fun with that. So
Awesome. So let us come to your architecture. So you started off, you're an
yeah.
architect. So how did you get into architecture and how are you still practicing?
Well, I decided to study architecture because I really love drawing, and so I think it fitted my way of seeing life. But then when I started working as an architect, I was the charm was destroyed totally. Like you were working for a guy that told you, okay, like put these bathrooms in order, and the windows and all the pretty stuff like design and so on disappeared, and it was like, okay, it's just making a puzzle, and it was really not what I was looking for. So as I also was learning 3D, I thought I loved it more, because it's like you change from project to project faster. Like in 2 weeks, you make a project, you close it, and you start a new one. In architecture, you maybe spend 2 years like putting bathrooms or putting whatever, and it's really annoying. I mean, maybe if you are like a freelance architect, which is pretty difficult, maybe there you have like this freedom of design and making all this beautiful stuff. But yeah, I decided to go the other way. Oh, I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
So
Oh,
you are into 3D completely, or are you still doing a couple of work in architecture?
I work for architects, so I work hand with them, because I make the images for the buildings to sell and so on. So I constantly model architecture and raise like the plans and everything. So yeah, I'm working
So
with them.
awesome. So you're utilizing 3D skills even for promotional and marketing material required by our architects.
Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. So 6 years ago, you have been doing 3D arts in 6 years. How, before NFT, how would you sell your artwork, or how was that? Was it just for creativity, or did you actually make money out of it?
No, I didn't expect to make any money of it. It was like I really love making 3D, so I wanted to get better. So I started making my own projects without the client telling me what to do. And yeah, I started doing them because I wanted to get better and to be a great 3D artist. So I really enjoy. When I'm bored at home, or it's raining or whatever, I usually start making something in 3D. Like it's like a hobby. It's not just a work.
So, are you a gamer as well with your headset and chair? I'm able to guess.
Well, I was quite a gamer when I was younger. Now I still play, but I don't have much time. Maybe I play maybe 1 hour a day if I'm lucky. I play Apex now, only Apex, because I don't have to time to take new games, and yeah. So I'm not that big gamer now.
So why Apex?
Oh, I like shoot them.
You like shooter
Shooters,
game,
like
shooting
yeah,
game.
yeah, shooting games. I really love them. And also, if you know Apex, when you start, you jump from a plane, and like without parachute, but yeah, you jump from a plane. So it's pretty fun.
I used to in the lockdown. I thought about playing games and I got into Dota 2. Do you know the game?
What's that?
Dota?
Ah, Dota. Okay, yeah, I've never played. I played Warcraft a long time ago, and that was the beginning of Dota, right?
Yeah,
Like,
Legends of
yeah,
something.
yeah, Legends.
So this game looks pretty cool, Apex Legends. It has good visuals and graphics. Nice. So all right. So 3D work. How has been your journey? What softwares or platforms do you use?
Well, it's been tough to be a freelance, because um, the difficult part is what I hate doing, like marketing. I'm very bad at it, and I don't know how to get clients or whatever. So it was really tough until the point I got like financial freedom to pay my taxes and to you know so yeah, it took quite a bit, but now I don't have a web page. I don't have like any marketing at all, but people just mouth to mouth, like they tell, oh, do you know someone that makes 3D? Oh yes, sure. And yeah, that I'm rejecting lots of work because I cannot do all that comes to me. So it's pretty good. Yeah. So more or less that's it.
So which software do you use?
Oh yes, right. I use 3ds Max and V-Ray. They are like very classic for software for arts visualization, architectural visualization, and it's a very powerful tool and has many plugins that make life easier. And yeah, I really loved it. Um, I was thinking on trying Blender, but I've spent so much time learning 3ds Max and V-Ray that it's nonsense to spend again all the time just to use a free software. So it's okay. I'm fine with 3ds Max. I love it, and it has like many, many, many powerful plugins.
I have started off with Blender. That was the way to test the water and get into 3D, and I'm loving it.
Yeah,
We
sure.
There is also a rendering community that I just discovered with Sheepit. You don't have to use your own computer for rendering. There's a rendering farm. You can upload the file, and it is rendered by thousands of computers around the world.
Yeah,
So
but it's paying, right? Or is it
no,
free?
it's free.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my God! Only for Blender? I would love
yeah.
to use that.
It's only for
So,
Blender as of now, but I don't know if you how you. Maybe there can be a hack. You can convert that to a .blend file and then upload that or something like that.
well, I think you would lose all the materials, and yeah, but yeah, it sounds great. I have a very powerful computer. I work for as a 3D artist, so it's important for
Yeah.
me to have a powerful computer. So I'm fine without the cloud rendering.
So what
But
happens
yeah.
there is it is time sharing. You earn points for
Oh,
rendering.
great!
So
Yeah, 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 I understand. I had this same idea like years ago, and I spoke to some friends of mine that were quite experts on this, and I wanted to do a platform to do this exact thing, but for 3ds Max and V-Ray. Like you give 10 hours of your computer, and then you have like 10 hours from another computer, right?
Yes,
That's
yes.
that's awesome.
It is so awesome. They have a point system. So when you use the time for rendering your projects, the points are deducted. And if you the as long as your computer is on and rendering for others, that many points you earn. And it doesn't let you stop the work what you're doing. So what would happen previously was if rendering is going on the PC, I cannot do any other work on that
Oh
platform.
yes, right.
Now I can upload the file, rendering is happening on its own, and I can work on the next project.
That's
So,
awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. I hope they make this platform for 3ds Max and V-Ray because it's really a necessary thing, and really, really amazing. Yeah.
so there are some paid clouds, but I think you can do take the initiative for the other projects.
Yeah, but I don't have the knowledge, It's like programming and some
It's
stuff.
completely different thing.
I just don't have ideas. So as we say in Spain, like shoemaker, do your shoes. Like if you know something, do what you know.
Yeah. So you got a big push when you had an accident. So can you tell us about that?
Yeah, sure. There's a video. I will send you the link later if you want, or I can send it right now, maybe.
We can play it. So what we'll do is when we go to the other in the second segment, we'll play the video, and
Oh, okay, great. Okay.
we'll also see your artworks.
Okay,
Okay.
so I had this accident. It was in Norway, um, 5 6 years ago, and I was climbing. I was like I felt like invincible. Like when you're ice climbing, you have to put like a screws in the ice to protect yourself, but it's very tiring. So if you are not scared, because usually you put a lot of them because you are scared of falling, you don't want to fall in ice climb because you have like all these sharp tools in your hands and in your feet, so it's pretty dangerous to fall. So I was like invincible, and I was putting these ice screws maybe 10 meters away from each other. So if you put an ice screw and you climb 10 meters and you fall like 20 meters, And I had, can you hear me? I don't hear you.
10 meters up and down. How is it 20 meters?
Yeah, because you put like your rope is tied to this point, okay, to the screw, and you continue climbing, and if you fall this length times two, because the rope,
Oh yes,
you know what I
yes,
mean.
yes, yes.
So I had like a 25-meter fall, more or less, and I was very unlucky because my leg hit the wall whilst I was falling, and I broke my ankle, both both bones, the big ones, like in the ankle. And the worst thing of this is that I wasn't sure if I had the insurance active, because I was like, this was maybe in March, and I had been to in September to Yosemite, Yosemite in United States. I'm pretty sure you've seen some videos of this national park, like 1,000-meter walls,
Ah,
like you
yes,
you
yes.
sleep in the wall while you climb and so on. Yeah. So I had an insurance I got for that trip in September. But the problem with this mountain insurance is that they usually end up in December. So it's not 1 year since you get it. So I wasn't sure in Norway if I had the insurance active or not. And I thought, okay, guys, I can make this. We can get to the car. So I had to climb back up with my broken leg, and then crawl all the way to the car. Like it was 5 hours with my broken leg.
Oh my God.
Um, yeah, I made like a plaster with a rope. I tied it to my leg very tight, and so it maintained my feet in its place. And it was pretty painful. But yeah, at the end, I got to the car. and then we went to the hospital and it was broken, and yeah, it was quite a a big story.
So did you get the insurance or not?
I didn't have to because as I made it, if you are in Europe, we have like this European insurance for, like, if you are walking in the street and you break your leg, whatever, the hospital in any country of Europe will cover your expenses. They will pay for everything and you have to pay nothing. So when I get to the hospital, I told them, like, I was walking in the street and I broke my leg, and so yeah, so I didn't have to pay for that.
That is very interesting. That is a very interesting facility by the European Union.
Yes, it's awesome, because you don't have to worry about getting insurance anytime you travel. And yeah, I hope one day it will be the whole world, like one same country, and we can travel whatever, and we don't need to worry about things. Yeah.
So have you tried scuba diving and underwater sports, or what do you feel about those?
Yeah, surfing and this stuff, I don't really like it that much. I tried it, but I'm a big enemy of the water. I don't like when I'm on the water and the water is in my neck and I don't see what's underneath me. Like, I really don't like that feeling in the open sea. But I did scuba dive and I really loved it because it was pretty different, more chill, more relaxed, and I did it in Malaysia, in a pretty awesome place in Sipadan. I don't know if you know this place, but it's like a tiny island in the middle of nowhere, and there's like sharks, all kind of colorful fish, and yeah, I really loved it. I'm not an expert, I've done it, yeah, 20 times, 30, but I enjoyed it. I loved it.
Wow, to doing it 20 times, you're almost an expert.
No, no way.
I have done that in Lakshadweep, which is the southern south of India. Small islands there with a lot of coral reefs, and it's very interesting. And I had an experience there, but yeah. So about the accident, you mentioned that it changed the way your your artwork. How did that impact your artwork?
Well, it was not the fact that it impacted my artwork, but I was I was all time out of home, like climbing and whatever. So I just made 3D for to win money, to earn money, to do my things. It was just a job. But once I had this accident, I had like plenty of time, and I made a cool video. I still love it. It's long time video, It's pretty old, but I still like love some of the scenes. Sometimes when you are an artist and you look back to your work years ago, you think, oh my god, what a shit! I love this, but now I think it's shit, but I still love it. So yeah. So I spent it lots of time on learning and perfecting my skills, and it was it was a big push to my career.
Awesome. So let us go to the second part now and see your videos. ¿Cómo estás, amigo?
Ah, mira, muy bien.
Great. So I need to learn more of Spanish, but
Well, you
that's
know more Spanish than I know Indian, so Hindi.
awesome. So let us now see the video which he was talking about of the ice climbing, and then we'll go through his digital artworks and have an experience of that. Let's go.
Okay, great. Okay, there you go. This part of the ice was very broken where I'm trying to put the ice axe. So I wanted to break it completely, but I was exhausted, so I decided to go back to the one that was okay to rest, but my body was too high, so I get it out, and
Oh
I,
no.
it's quite a bit, and now my leg hits the wall. You know,
Joder! ¡Ah! Tobillo, me cago en Dios.
so
Ouch.
I was pretty close to the ground. You know, like it
So
was a
you
big
hit the
fall.
ground. Did you hit
No,
the
not
ground
really.
directly?
You know, look, I will try to pause when I hit. It's just a moment where my leg hits the wall. Now, you see, like
Okay.
my leg
Okay.
hits the wall, and that's where I broke my leg. It
Ouch.
could it could have been nothing, you know, if my leg didn't get stuck to the wall. I would be perfect, like just a big fly, but nothing to worry. But yeah, I didn't get lucky this time, so
All right. So this is an awesome and video firsthand. I think you have even minted this on Hikatnang or something. I've seen this somewhere.
yeah. I started a collection like behind the artist. I don't quite remember the name, but it was like my other side. You know, like my climbing, base jumping. Like people always want to know about the artist life. So I decided to mint this. It's really cheap. I mean, I don't remember, but like $3 maybe, or it's just like a way of sharing my life experiences, you know. And yeah, and I will mint this other one. This is one of my base jumps. As you see, I don't have the wings, but I have a suit. So I guess you will like this one.
Oh.
This is in Italy. It's called Brento. It's a really high mountain and very safe to start base jumping, you know. And you see, I went I went a long way inside the outside of the mountain. So yeah, and this is a balloon jump. Like I don't want to put it all, but yeah, this is me. This is my first jump from a balloon, and there I go. So you see, it's pretty safe to practice the jump, and this is from the camera in my head.
Why is it looking up?
Yeah, I wanted to see the balloon in the recording.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is more or less my my things, the things I love to do in my free time, and yeah.
You know, there's a famous Indian movie about adventure. It's called Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. That was all filmed in Spain, like skydiving
Oh
in
really?
Spain and the Bull Run and Tomatina Festival. And what do you call that, where people are running ahead of the bulls?
Yeah, corrida de toros. Like corrida is like running of bulls, like corrida de toros.
Yeah.
That's
So
pretty
that.
crazy.
Have you tried that?
Yeah, I haven't tried it, you know, because I like a lot beer, and I don't think it's a good combination to run in front of a bull with a beer. But yeah, it's a pretty awesome, typical from Spain. But I don't like the afterwards, like the bullfight, because I think it's a bit not the right thing to do to an animal. You know, it's like torture, and there are two sides of Spain is divided by these two opinions. Like people or hate it or love it. There's no like intermediate.
So
Yeah,
what happens after races? Do you get that matador and that the bullfighting happens directly after that race, or are they two
Well,
unrelated things?
I'm not very into the bullfights, so I'm not pretty sure the order, but I think it's this way. Like they run and then they put the bulls in the ring and they fight with the bullfighters, and yeah, I think it's pretty
On the same
sad.
day? Is it on the
I
same
think
day?
I think it's in the same day. I cannot assure that, but yeah,
Mhm.
I think it is. But also there are bullfight without the run. Like it's two separate things. Like the bull run is like in a part of the year, and the
Uh-huh.
bullfight it's all the year. It and everywhere. And the bull run it's only in during a part of the year.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
So what are you not happy about? So we just see the people running in front of the bull, but what is that you are upset about? What happened
No,
afterwards?
the run for me is okay. Like they don't damage they don't harm the animals, so it's fine. I mean, it's dangerous for the people who make this, but it's their own choice, so it's fine. But I don't like the part of the bullfight where they torture the animal and they stab these knives in the animal during a long time, and he's bleeding, suffering, and suffocating a long time. It's a bit disgusting for me. But yeah, I guess people like what they like, and the cultures, and there are many ways of thinking. So.
Picasso is from Spain and he has a lot of bulls in his work. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I guess the bull is like a symbol of Spain. I'm not like I'm proud of the bull and the Spanish bull and all this, so I'm fine with that. It's just the killing and the torture part that I don't like about that. I think it could be done another way, and we could preserve this tradition, but in a less bloody way. Like, I mean, there are children looking at this in the TV, and then what they do the same with cats and
Oh my God.
whatever. Yeah. Oh my God, why with a cat? Oh my God, and not with bull? It's the same. It's
So no, I didn't think that this would happen. So viewers would know that, as you just mentioned, I didn't imagine that. Okay, children looking at this on the TV would try that with their own pets, cats or dogs.
no,
I didn't
not their
think
own
that
pets,
was.
but with the street pets. Street animals. Like there are many cats in the streets, and yeah. So
Yeah,
I
even.
think it's not a good example to give to the
Yes,
kids.
yes, yes, yes. That's right. So we got to hear both the sides of it from a person who's actually living in Spain. So that's
So
interesting.
what do you think in India about bullfight? I'm wondering.
We don't have bullfights here.
No, what do you think about us doing this in Spain?
And not many people are aware about this. So only few people know, and they just know the bull running part from the movie. But I don't think many people are aware about the stabbing and the, because I myself I have seen many videos of bull fights, but I wasn't sure about that stabbing part. I have just seen the people waving flags and the red flag and then bull running and all. So that point was
Yeah.
not that highlighted that bulls are actually stabbed and killed in that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So there's a lack of knowledge about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So there are different type of things in India. There is one where uh, the bull is running around and the people have to go and catch his hump, hug
Oh,
his hump.
that's crazy. Yeah, in Spain also we have like another way of doing it is in the ring, and there's these crazy people that jump over the bull, like the bull comes towards them with the horns and all, and they have to jump over it, and they make like this crazy. Yeah, they are really crazy, and that's beautiful. I mean, you can enjoy that, and it's not harmful for the animals, and
Yeah, there is
it's
no
pretty
killing
awesome.
as such because cow and bulls are holy in India. They are
Yeah, I know.
yeah. So there's no hurting or harming them. There is one festival in my area in Maharashtra where on Bail Pula there people go and color the bulls. They
Oh,
color
nice.
it. They color its horns. They color the whole body. It's fun to see that. So
Yeah, I would love to see that. Yeah.
and they take the procession. So let me see if I can find photos of that. Uh, so that happens. There is another festival where there is a race. Like so, they run with the bulls in the canal. That happens in South. Okay, I'm sharing my screen now. Can you see?
Yeah.
So the
Oh,
way
that's beautiful. I think this is a quite better way to treat the bulls and the cows.
yeah. So there are these dolls, and kids make these dolls, and it's out of clay. See this color. The whole thing is colored,
It's really awesome.
and then they tie these bells and a lot of color creative things to their horns, so it makes the bells make a lot of sound. It's fun.
Yeah.
See
Nice.
balloons. All right, so that's the Indian. All right, so that was about where are you in Madrid? Where do
Yeah.
these festivals happen?
Well, the bull run, you mean?
Uh-huh.
I can't remember now.
So not in Madrid.
No, not in Madrid. No.
Okay.
But the
So
bullfights is all over Spain. A bullfight it's anywhere.
so you are an adrenaline junkie. Would you like to try that run? Because you'll get a lot of adrenaline doing that.
Yeah, but I think that's not depending much on your skills, but on good luck. So I don't like to depend on good luck. But yeah, I would run. I mean, there's no. I would try it, but maybe
There's no stopping you from any adventure.
yeah. If I was there and it was happening, I would certainly run. I mean, I'm not lying to you.
Awesome. So now let us go to the NFTs that you have been showing.
Okay, I will show you some of my NFTs. Let me share the screen. I will share first a few videos. This is one of my favorite pieces. It's called the Metaverse Portals, and it's about like the different stages. Well, I will play it and I will explain it later. Yeah, so it's a loop video. The sound was made by Soundwave. Dr. Soundwave
Yes, I
from
know.
the space. Yeah, he made the sound. And this video is about like the artist, the NFT artist in the space. Like when you come, you don't know anything about the space, and you feel like you're in the desert. Like there's so much knowledge you need to know, and then you start entering spaces and talking to people, and everybody loves your art. Like, oh, your art is so beautiful, and you enter like this paradise, like a beautiful place. Like, oh, I will sell soon because everybody loves my art. But that's not true. I mean, they tell you maybe it's right, maybe it's true, maybe not, but you don't sell. So then you go to the next stage, like it's all the way to the Ethereum that represents the sale, and then you go to this stormy place where you don't know if you want to continue making NFTs because you are not selling. Everybody will love your art, but no one wants to buy it. And you see like these crappy NFTs selling for hundreds of Ethereum, and your art, your beautiful art, is not selling. Like what the fuck? And yeah, so you doubt about maybe leaving the NFT space because it sucks. But in the end, you get to sell, and you go to this beautiful paradise place, and like you sell, and 2 days after you sell, you are upset because you didn't sell another one, and you go back
Yeah.
to like this endless loop of feelings.
I can totally relate to that. It's all about patience, and art business is completely different, if compared to other type of businesses. There is person has to be out to the public, actually be seen in first place. So in one of the previous episodes, we had a panel of experienced artists who were talking about marketing and selling artworks. I'll share the link with you.
Yeah, I will check it out.
So in that we were discussing how did Picasso do his marketing and how did he reach there. And
nice.
so there are a couple of more artists to discuss, and it was fun experience. So what I've come to understand or realize is it takes a hell lot of patience, and you cannot stop. You need to keep moving, keep rolling, keep producing, and just be seen. It's more about obscurity than about the actual artwork. So you need to. People don't see you. That's the problem. It's not that artwork is not good.
That's the problem. Yeah, I know. Also the Twitter algorithm, I don't like it at all because it's really difficult to get. I mean, you have 4,000, 5,000 followers, and you post like an awesome artwork you just did, and you get maybe 20 retweets and 50 likes. Like, what the fuck? And where are the other? Like. It's a bit. I think it's not very well done. I hope Elon Musk changes this.
He's going to make it open source. He wants to make the algorithm open source.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. I hope he does, and it works better.
And I had a question for you. How would you say "what the fuck" in Spanish?
What the fuck you mean in Spanish?
Yeah.
¿Qué cojones?
¿Qué cojones?
¿Qué cojones?
¿Qué cojones?
No, ¿qué? ¿Qué? ¿Qué cojones?
Okay, I'll get back to that and practice on Google Translate.
I will write it down for you.
All right. Which was the other one which you're talking about?
Yeah, I would love to share with you also like my last piece with audio. Okay, yeah. This is called The Dawn of the F.
Dawn of the?
Of the F. Of the Eve.
Ooh. Oh my god. Crushing the dollar out and rising. Wow.
So this is about the way I think money fiat money will go to hell, and cryptocurrency will be the next currency we will all use, because I read about an Ukrainian that went as a refugee to another country, and he wanted to get his money from his bank, but he couldn't because the bank was closed or whatever. and he posted a tweet like saying, "Yeah, but I have my cryptocurrency." So he had money because he had crypto. If he depends on his government and on banks, he wouldn't have. So I think it's the good thing of the cryptocurrency that it doesn't depend on any government. And well, I guess we are all into cryptos because, yeah, we are crypto artists. So
No,
I guess,
actually, I have done quite some donations to Ukraine, and Ukraine is a big example of how this crypto is going to be the future, because they even made it legal for Bitcoin and Ethereum and other currencies to be accepted in banks. We could transfer them without any, as low as gas fees. There was no restriction. Otherwise, when you're trying to convert dollars or euros and foreign
yeah,
currency, it takes a lot of time, and it is very expensive. That they charge a lot of percent in that. And at the end of the day, what is the point if you cannot withdraw that?
yeah,
So this is the best way. I'm looking forward to see how this grows. And there is very interesting podcast which I heard. It's called Modern Finance. I'll share the links in the description and with you as
right,
well. So it said Bitcoin is a store of value. So with Bitcoin is just for storage like gold, and you can just hold on to it and transact. But Ethereum is a commodity, a blockchain space, and also an asset. So what is blockchain selling? Blockchain sells block spaces to the apps that are running on it, OpenSea or other apps like that. We are also buying space from Ethereum for hosting our NFTs, right? It is there on
yeah,
that chain. So it is selling those blocks. It is a commodity because it can be used for these
yeah,
things. And it is also an asset because you can sell and buy Ethereum. So that's
yeah. I
something
think
very
it's
modern.
pretty awesome. Yeah. So maybe, hopefully, in 10 years, 20 years, we will all use cryptos and forget about fiat money. Because the
So
problem of cryptos is to change it to fiat, you know. But if you can pay with cryptos, it would be awesome.
yeah. So a lot of good development is coming in India as well. It is at least legal now. Before a couple of years, it was not legal, but it is legal. There is tax on it, so why not? We can. It's a good future, and they cannot stop the flow, right? You cannot stop a flow of the river. No
Yeah,
matter how big dam you make, it has to break and let the
yeah.
river flow. Natural flow, absolutely. So yeah, which is the other one which you wanted to share with us?
Okay, I will share a few images if it's okay.
Yeah. So I would like to see some of the architectural works you have done as well.
Okay, I haven't got anything ready to show. Like, I will search, but I will share first like these NFTs, and then I will share this. Okay, this is one of my favorite pieces. It's like
Wow.
my Genesis piece, and it's like
Ship and a fort.
24,000 pixels. I mean, look, it's loading. I mean, it has more quality than this. It should be loading. Okay, let me check now. Now you see, like you can zoom in like hell, like fully detailed, and yeah, it's one of my favorite pieces. With this one, I won 3D challenge, which it was called Traveling Cities. And this is about the Acropolis moving from the land of the gods to the land of the human. And I want to make a video of this piece. So, a series of videos, maybe 6 or 7 short film, to make a short film about it and sell them also as NFTs. So this is one of my favorite pieces.
Video about. Hold on. Let us keep looking at this image because it is incredible. So 24,000 pixels. I'm seeing something like that for the
Yeah.
first time.
It's like
And how did you make?
32,000 by 24,000. It's
Wow.
pretty big.
On what software did you make this?
In V-Ray and 3ds Max. But it's a bit. I rendered it out. I think it was 12,000 by 6,000 or by 8,000 or something like this. And then I used the software to like Topaz Lab. It's for making bigger images and don't lose detail. It's
I don't
pretty
know
awesome.
about that software.
Well, I will share with you on DM because it's pretty awesome, that software, and lets you you can almost see the rocks and the stones in the wall, and so it's pretty
Wow.
awesome. Yeah.
I like the concept. It is ships. It's like it's
Like
a
a flying
cloud.
mountain.
Yeah, it's a flying mountain with the help of wind. So it's like a ship, like a boat and mountain and fort all in one, and a rock and a cloud, everything in one. I just love the detailing. How much time did it take you to make this?
This took me. I made this piece during the COVID lockdown. We couldn't get out just for buying groceries, and that's it. So I had like a lot of time, and I didn't have any work because as a freelance, all the job stopped for a few months. So I spent like a whole month making this piece, and it's
Wow.
full 3D. So full. I'm lying. The birds are not 3D, and this little smoke and a few little clouds from here are also photoshopped, but all these volumetric clouds and all the environment, everything is 3D. So I want to make the video of the travel of the Acropolis, and
So you're going to animate this?
Yeah, I want to make this like VFX emerging from the ground, and with all the smoke and the very.
Yes.
But I need quite a lot of time to make this, so I'm hoping someone buys this Genesis piece. I was thinking, in fact, of giving like a 10% of each video I create from this piece for the buyer of the image, because I think it's fair, because he would like give me the mediums to start making my short film, because I need time, and time is money. So if I sell this one, I will have the time to make the video. So I was thinking of sharing like a 10% or something like this of the sales of the video to the one who buys the image. But
That's a good idea.
yeah,
So
I'm thinking.
So you will give a passive income stream sort of, or give that like for the first buyer, you'll give them as a royalty for each sales from this.
Yeah, that's it. So this way, he buys it now, but probably he will get it for free, and he will have a passive
profit
income
on that,
from
yes.
Yeah. So I think it's a good idea. I have to find a way of telling this to the community so they understand perfectly what I mean. And I was thinking even in minting it again with a smart contract made for this piece specific, because now it's minted with a standard foundation smart contract. So I was thinking on burning it and minting it again with so that the payments of the mints of the royalties are automatic, and it's more trustful, I think, for the buyer, because yeah. So
Wow,
so
yes, that would be the right thing to do.
Yeah. So I have a friend who knows how to make smart contracts, and he will try to make this.
Oh, there is another person. Let us get him on board with your help. He's a Spanish artist.
No, he's not. He's
No,
not
I'm talking
artist.
about another person.
Oh, okay, great.
There's a person, the amazing artist I met on Instagram. He has a language barrier with Spanish. I tried to get him on space and ask him to talk. He does erotic art, and they're very fun and meaningful at the same time. I helped him mint a couple of works on OpenSea, but I think with your help, he'll be able to get more because he has 67,000 followers on Instagram.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
So
Yeah. Let him know my Instagram or my Twitter account, and I will help him
awesome.
for sure. Yeah. What's his name, by the way?
I have to search the name and get
Okay,
back to
don't
you.
worry. Yeah, we will make that on the M.
Yes. So why is your name 1,000 words?
Okay, I will show another artwork so that you understand why is 1,000 words my name. Oh fuck, I don't see my. Okay.
I'll have to put discretion on in the beginning of the video. There have been a lot of fucks in this video, so it is not suitable for children.
Oh, I'm sorry for that.
No, it's okay.
Okay, so this image, I made it also for a 3D challenge. It was when George Floyd was killed. You remember this, Black Life Matters and so on. So I made this piece for the challenge, and you can see there's a cop in the sitting next to this guy. He's handcuffed to the bed, and he has like all these fascist and Nazi tattoos, like he's a racist and so on. And in the newspaper you can read like racist massacre in church, and you can you can even read the article. It's like very large, and it's talking about a shooting in an African American church. So this guy made this shooting and killed all these people, and there's the black nurse which is taking care of him despite him killing all these people, and he seems pretty happy with her, but he has a blindfold, so he doesn't see the color of her skin. We can see also in the reflection of the screen, you can see like this halo, and in the window you can see the wings, like she's an angel. And also the name of the nurse is the girlfriend of George Floyd. There's like many Easter eggs, and also here you can see like Mayor Arden approves blinding law due to the church shootings, and the blinding law is like racist crimes are punished with blindness because you cannot be racist if you're blind. So yeah. So that's why 1,000 words. I love like this expression, like an image is worth 1,000 words. It's in Spanish, and in English they say it. I don't know if you have your in India like your
one
version
image is worth 1,000 words, right? What are you talking
yeah
about?
yeah. So that's why I chose 1,000 words for my name, because I think it fits my what I like doing, like telling a lot of things in just an image.
Yeah, absolutely. So I had heard about this in a space, and I just loved it. I was like, this is so incredible and detailed, and I loved the line that there cannot be racism with blindness, or
Yeah.
if you cannot see, it's all on the side and the vision on
Yeah,
how
it's
people.
like nonsense. Like people don't realize, but it's nonsense to be a racist.
We feel the same inside. Everything is the same. Blood is red.
Yeah, the bones are white, and yeah.
Awesome. So, what is on your bucket list apart from artworks, and what are you looking forward to in life?
Well, I'm actually working in a 10K collection. I cannot talk about it at this moment yet. I'm
Why?
already rendering.
Let us know
because
something.
it's secret, so I don't want to share anything until we have the full collection. and we have the social media running, but it's going to be pretty awesome because I have already 3,000 rendered. It's like fully detailed with backgrounds, with very detailed. I mean, it's not like the typical collection you see nowadays, like made in Photoshop in 3 hours and full collection. Like, no, it's been 8 months working on it now, and still a few months to finish it. And then we will start the social media, the Discord, the Twitter, all of this.
Is there an animal or no?
No animal, no. For God's sake, no more animals. It's not really a PFP, but you can use it as a PFP. I won't say more.
So is it a landscape?
There's landscape, yeah.
Okay,
But
that is
it's not
building up
only
the
landscape.
excitement. Is there a human in it?
No humans. No humans, no animals, no living things.
Abstract.
No. I won't tell you more. Tell me. No.
Okay, so let us wait for it and let us connect to him on Twitter and find out whenever he launches. So I'm pretty
I will
excited.
share it. I will certainly share it with you when I have. I want to make like a few promo videos, like very detailed and yeah.
Mhm.
So when I have all that ready, I will certainly go to you and I will show it by DM first, and then I will make it public.
Awesome. So, what are the tips from your life that you would like to share to the listeners? You are an expert in adventure. You are an expert in 3D animation and creativity. So, what are the insights would you
Okay.
like to share?
What I would love to share is like people always think like, oh, you are very talented and so on. Like if it was a matter of talent is like maybe 1% of the artist or whatever you make in your life. What you have to do is like, if you want something, go for it and don't stop. Like, I mean, when you start playing the guitar, it's like tedious and you suck, you play very wrong. Like, it takes a long time to be good at something, You cannot pretend to start now and tomorrow be like a rock star or a great 3D artist in 2 days. Like, it takes its time. And what I would say is like, spend the time and put passion on it, because it's the only way. It's not about talent. People say, "Oh, you're very talented." No, I'm not. I spend fucking amount of hours making all what I do and learning and yeah, and I'm constantly making new tutorials and learning more and trying new things, and and this is the only way to succeed in life, I think. So that's like my bit of
Awesome. So, and about adventure, what is your definition of adventure?
Well, my definition of adventure, I've never been asked this. For me, it's like going to the unknown, like try things that really scare you. Like, I mean, the first time I base jump, it was fucking scary. Like, I didn't know if I was going to jump, like I wanted this for so many years, and now I'm here in the border of the mountain. Like, what am I doing, right? But yeah, you have to push it a bit further all the time. Like, if you no pain no gain, this saying, and it's right. I mean, you have to there's a first time for everything, and the first times always scare you, but the second you will enjoy it more and less scary, and the third one and the fourth one, and there will be a point that you will continue scaring, because you are making new things and you are trying new scary things, and that's the great thing of adventure, like I think to be frightened is a good thing if you are controlling the if you are in control of the situation.
So how do you feel? First time it is very dangerous and you get the biggest rush when you're doing it for the first time. But if you have done it 100 times and 300 times, what are you looking forward to that time?
Well, you are looking always to, as I told you, I'm not an very expert base jumper, but I have a few friends that that really are. And yeah, when you start, you make your first jump, then you have to try a new jump, and you're scared again. Then you try the new tracksuit or the new suit, like the wingsuit. There are different wingsuits also, like a small one, big one, giant. And there's like many first times in the trip. So maybe someone that has 300 jumps still has like many first times to experience ahead, and you can always push it further, like going to more risky jumps, more, because base jumping is not just you jump and you fly and so on. Like there's a lot of science and a lot of studying and and different kinds of packing the parachute, and you can never stop learning, and the technology always changing, and they bring a new suit and a new whatever, and you go to a new jump, which with the wingsuits, the problem is that if this is the cliff, you have to, like, if you fly very well, you will fly like this, but if you don't fly very well, you will fall a lot, and then you start flying.
Yeah.
So this is something you have to train, because if the mountain is like this and you don't fly at the first try, you will smash to the ground. So
Ouch.
you have to, so you have to expertise a lot.
So this
It's
is
like
with the suit or without the suit?
with the suit and without the suit, because there are many kinds of suits. So the smaller suits, you also need them for certain jumps. There are jumps that you need wingsuit. There are jumps you need a tracksuit. There are jumps you can do without a suit. So yeah, it's
So
a
when
whole
you are
world.
without a suit, that time do you go like that or do you go
Without a suit, you almost fall like a stone, right?
straight?
You can track a bit. You can, but it's maybe you are falling like this, like you move a bit forward but very little, and the bigger the suit you get, the more you fly. And this is made so you can make more jumps, because if you fly more horizontal, you can make more jumps, because many jumps that are in the vertical fall is very small, but then you have like the talus of the mountain, and you can fly a lot. So
So why not do the windsuit every time?
because it depends. There's some jumps you cannot use the wingsuit, because you need very high jumps to make it fly. So if you're jumping from 80-meter antenna, you cannot fly with a wingsuit, because you have to jump and open. Like there are many kinds of jumps. When you enter the base jump world, like you discover all this, because I at the beginning I thought, okay, I want to fly, I want to jump from the mountains, but I didn't know any of these many kinds of jumps. And you can jump from a bridge, from a building, from a whatever, and you can
Anything
jump
high.
from, yeah. Well, and not that high. I think the smallest jump is that someone made is about 20 meters or 27 meters,
Oh no.
which is very risky, because you have to land very quickly, and you can impact very hard on the ground if the parachute doesn't open quick enough. So
27 meters is like a 9-story building.
yeah, more or less. No, less. Yes, more or less. Yeah, 9 times 3. Yeah.
So what is my definition of adventure is I am an adventure junkie as well. So trying to do things that you're afraid of, it is not required that it's a huge thing like going out and camping or paragliding or base jumping, but even in regular life, like getting up on spaces and talking or
Yeah, totally, man. Totally.
Doing something small, but which you're afraid of doing, but you just go and do it. So that is adventure for me.
Yes, totally like that. I mean, I'm a base jumper. Do you know how many months it took me to start speaking in these spaces? Uh, I didn't start speaking like till 4 months since I started. Like I was listening, but I was very scared to talk, so I didn't talk. And I was like, okay, today I will do it, and then I didn't do it. And like yeah, it took me quite a while to stand up and fight for my fears. Yeah, so
Yeah. So
totally
fighting
adventure. Yeah,
fear, fighting fear every time is an adventure.
yeah, in any kind of in any way. Yeah.
No need to spend so much money. You can come up on space and talk.
Yeah, I have a big breast.
So for people who don't know what is space, to the listeners, it like in Clubhouse and on Twitter, space is a place. It's like a conference where there are hosts of the show, and you can come and talk. And there are hundreds and a lot of listeners who are listening globally. So like this is what you're listening is a one-on-one conversation that is a digital conversation of a group. So more or less, it's a public speaking without being seen. It's on audio. So that's sort of space in simple terms. So we're talking about money as well. How much budget shall one keep for base jumping or for skydiving?
You mean how much money you need to start?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. For skydiving, it was like 1,700 euros to make the 25 first jumps and the course. Like when you finish the second course, like there's like a license. You can jump with friends. Okay, you can because at the beginning you are only allowed to jump on your own from the plane, and you don't have fun because you don't jump with friends. And after so it's 1,700 I think euros it cost. And for base jump, the budget is you just need a base jumping gear like the parachute. It's more or less second hand would go for 1,200 euros more or less. And yeah, and that's it, because you just have to walk up the mountain and jump. So it's cheaper than the plane, but you have to jump a lot from the plane
So
before.
in the 1,700 euros, have you included the parachute as well?
No.
Does that include the kit?
It includes the rent of the equipment, because when you're starting, you don't buy one because you need a very big parachute, so it's safer and you land smoothly. So it's not recommended to buy a parachute
In the beginning.
in the beginning. I mean, I think when you have like 50, 60 jumps, it's fine, because you have a smaller parachute and you know how to use it, and I think that's the moment. And yeah, and you it's very profitable, because if you rent the equipment all the time, it's like 50 euros each jump, and if you have your own parachute, it's like 24. So it's half price, and the parachute pays itself.
Ah. And I just had a funny thought in my mind. Have you ever seen lightning when you're paragliding or when you're jumping in the mountains?
No, when there's a storm, you don't jump and you don't fly. But I once I've been in a cloud with my paraglide. With a paraglide you can go up. People don't know this thing. They think that you just go down, but in fact you can go up with a thermal winds. And I went inside a cloud, and at the beginning I was very excited, like, oh, I'm in the cloud. But then I got scared because you don't see anything. And if
You
another
could be hit by a
paraglider,
plane.
yeah, not a plane, but yeah, also, but another paraglide, because where you fly paraglide, there are
Many
maybe
more people.
30 paraglides in the sky when you're flying. So I got scared and I went down because I didn't want to find it out. you know.
Yeah. So how do you get thermal winds when you're in the cloud already? Because doesn't
Uh,
the cloud block the wind?
no, in fact, you know these big clouds, like I think the English name is cumulus nimbus or something like that. They look like a atomic bomb explosion. These kind of clouds. That clouds are like 12,000 meter high, and they are very thermal because the way it's shaped is because of the
The
thermal
wind.
winds. Yeah. So if you get inside this one of these ones, you will die for sure because it will take you up. You will not be able to go down. Like you will go up very fast. You will freeze to death. Maybe there's also electricity in the cloud.
Oh no.
And yeah, I've heard stories of people appearing like 50 kilometers away from uh, where they took off because they were sucked by this cloud, and then he had like burns in the skin, and yeah, and the paraglide was completely destroyed and so on. So it's pretty dangerous to go inside these clouds, and yes, you can go up in the clouds. Yeah.
So 50 kilometers away, he was found 50 kilometers away.
Yeah, something like that. Don't remember the exact story. Maybe
But
it was 30, but
fortunately,
it
he was
was
alive.
no, he was dead.
Oh,
Yeah, he was dead. He was. I mean, I don't know what solution you have there, but maybe the best solution is to cut out the paraglide, and once you are near the ground, you open the reserve parachute. You know, and maybe that way you could
yeah,
live.
yeah,
But yeah,
yes,
I mean, it's really scary to think about cutting the paraglide. You know.
yes. So listeners, don't get scared. You can at least try that. He's talking. We don't want to scare you with this. But yeah, the more you get scared, the more adrenaline rush you have.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So comparing, so skydiving is coming down fast, and paragliding is trying to stay up for as long as you can, or going
Yeah,
up.
that's it. Yeah. Well, also there's another kind of paraglide, the very small one. I'm pretty
Speed
sure you've
paragliding.
seen. Yeah, a speed paraglide, and you go fast as hell, but you go. It's difficult to gain altitude because it's very small. So yeah.
I've seen the Red Bull challenges and videos.
Yes,
They do so
crazy.
many things in that.
In fact, they fly more or less at the speed of the wingsuit.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, it's pretty mad. I mean,
It must have taken a lot of time and experience and hard work to reach
yeah,
that.
I don't like that. I haven't tried it, but I think I won't try it because a friend of mine broke his leg. He had a big accident with one of these, and yeah, so.
So it's okay. You can go to the hospital and say I was walking and I fell down.
That's right.
And
Well, in Spain we are lucky because there's you don't need insurance. Anything that happens to you while climbing or whatever, they come to rescue you and they don't charge you anything. So it's pretty awesome.
even for the money that it takes for them to reach their helicopter cost or any
Yeah,
other.
that's for free. That's for free.
Oh my God! How do they afford that? Your taxes must be really high.
Well, they are. But I mean, it's not that expensive because there are not that much rescues, and it's made by some kind of police force of Spain and also the firefighters. I think you call them. That they have like this special um, team for mountain rescue. You know, and they are
Yes.
very like there's a very big respect for these people. In fact, one of my best friends, base jumper and climber and whatever, he's one of these rescue team, and yeah.
Yeah, I can totally understand and imagine. There are a lot of my mountaineering friends who who learn that as well in that mountaineering course, search and rescue course they all do. So in Manali there are India government campsites for training all this. So that can become another profession option for people who are really interested in this. After becoming an expert, you can become a rescuer.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So after you become a crypto millionaire, would you move to Portugal?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not. I'm okay with paying taxes, but if it's very abusive, maybe I think about it.
So what is the difference in the policies in Portugal and in Spain? Because a lot of people talk about moving to Portugal.
Yeah,
Why?
there's Portugal and Andorra. I don't know if you know Andorra. It's like a little country in the north of Spain, in the Pyrenees, in the mountains, and both these countries are like very low
Population.
no, Andorra, yes, is very low in population, but I was meaning in the taxes. Like they charge in Andorra the maximum charge of taxes for a worker is 10%. So it's really low. In Spain, you go up to 50% of your salary. So it's a big difference. And I've heard, I'm not 100% sure, but I've heard that in Portugal, it's 0% tax for cryptos. So yeah, that's maybe why people are moving because in Spain, you will have to pay almost half of it for taxes. Yeah. So
50% is just for crypto or for all kind of income it is 50%?
no, if you win more than 60k, 50k euros a year, you will pay almost half of your earning as taxes in Spain. But it's progressive. I mean, if you earn like 12,000 a year, you will pay only like I don't know the numbers, but 18%. So
Yes.
it's progressive. Yeah.
It is same in India. For income, it is progressive, and for crypto, they are having straight away 30%.
Straight away, it doesn't matter the amount of crypto you.
No, it doesn't matter. You sell, you buy, whatever you do, 30%. And
Oh my
not just that, but you mentioned it's 50% there, right, in Spain?
Yeah, but it's 50%. But if I convert it to fiat, so when I sell and I buy, I don't have taxes. You said you have to pay taxes every time you sell.
I have to confirm that, but I think it is on converting it to fiat. But
Okay.
I need to confirm that because you cannot say.
In Spain, it's not 50%. It's also progressive. It's you have to declare like I earned this money this year, and if you get to a certain point of money, you can pay up to 50%. But if I take out, I don't know, 1,000 euros, I will pay for it maybe an 18%.
Yeah, so in India, it is even for withdrawing, like converting into fiat or anything, it's 30% straight away as of now. Let's see how it changes in future.
Yeah.
So if it is only about converting to fiat, then it is good in a way because it depends on people if they want to convert it or just to keep transacting in crypto.
Yeah, that's it. That's good. And at the moment, it's like this in Spain. It's only when you change to fiat money.
Yeah, but it's good. India is developing. It's good to give taxes to government because they are making good use of it in roads and also other things. So of course, there's lot further to go because we have a very huge population, and so
12,000 millions, is it?
No.
No, 12 million. 1,400 millions, right? Something like this.
No, 1.3 billion.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Yeah, like a sixth of the population of the world, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. So maybe my state or half of my state population will be more than Spain. So there are a lot of people here. So it's a good democracy, largest democracy, and they're going there with the current government is going well, and I'm very optimistic with how the whole crypto scenario unfolds and how we can do in that, how we can progress in that. It's the future sounds exciting. So that's my another question. What gets you excited about the future?
Well, I mean, I've done almost everything I've ever wanted to do in my life. Like all my dreams were already done. But yeah, new dreams come. Like I want to dedicate my whole time to making art, like with no clients. So that's why I started my NFT collection. Uh, so I could gain this financial independency, and I can just make whatever I want, whenever I want, and however I want. This is like my goal right now in my life to make living out of my art and don't need to work for clients. Yeah, and also I love traveling. I love base jumping. I love climbing. So making all this around the world always is a dream for me. So yeah, more or
You
less.
should make couple of what do you say, tutorial videos also about that work which you had shown, which was like a palace flying in the air. So
Yeah, I thought about making YouTube channel with tutorials, but I don't have time for anything. I
you
just
have
make
to
too
just
many things.
you just have to screen record. You can put a time lapse of that.
Yeah, but many things need like an explanation. Like if I just play fast forward a video of me modeling because I cannot upload like a 84-hour tutorial. So it should
Yeah,
have an
it's
explanation, and it's time consuming, and I prefer to dedicate my time to make more art than to show how to make it to other people. But
yes.
anyway, when people ask me, I'm happy to help. I mean, if you have a specific question on how you made this, yeah, I will certainly help you with that. But I don't want to make tutorials. It's a lot of time, and I don't feel like doing them.
So awesome. That was an amazing episode today. We're talking about adventure, about art, and all my favorite things. So, what would you like to conclude with? What words would you like to conclude with?
Well, I would just want to say thank you, man, for counting with me on this episode because people like you that you give your time for others to tell their stories, and like the host of the space is like, I mean, I'm really grateful because you're like a microphone for the people, like. So yeah, thank you very much, and I'm really grateful for this. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and all the audience. Yeah, so thank you.
Absolutely, I totally enjoyed, and I would just say keep flying high, just like in adventure as well as your artwork and NFTs. So that would be the best wishes for you, and I'll see
Thank
you
you very
around on
much.
Spaces soon.
Yeah, and continue being the cheese of the pizza, man.
Oh yeah,
I love that,
you
man.
remember that?
Of course, I remember. I always see you in the spaces, and it comes to my head like the cheese in the pizza. It's you killed it with that. It's yeah, it's really funny.
Sometimes I wonder uh, if I'm becoming too, what do you say, too overconfident. I don't want to sound cocky to the
No, I
listeners or
love
the
it, man.
character.
When you come to the spaces and put the sound effects and so on, it's really fun, man. Like continue doing this because people, there are many boring people in the spaces. Like they talk like they don't like what they are doing. Like,
Yeah. It's very
I'm
boring.
here, I made this piece of art. Like it's like, man, a bit of life. So you are that guy. Like,
Go
yeah,
jump down a mountain, get some life.
live for God's sake.
Thanks for tuning in. Connect with me on Twitter and Instagram to get updates on the new shows and to participate on live recordings. All links are mentioned in the show notes. We will be back next week with another fantastic episode.